tactics. For more on this, I want to bring in American Action Forum's President Douglas Holtz-Eakin, along with the author of How Do I Tax the Kristen Tate. Douglas, we hear the bad news. China's economy growing at 6%. I had to go back to 1984 to find the last time we grew like that.
Look, it's really easy for less developed countries to grow quite rapidly for a while. They move folks out of the low-yield agricultural sector, put them into manufacturing, mechanized agriculture, adopt techniques that are existing around the world. All you have to do is copy them. In China's case, actually steal and advance more rapidly. You bring in some capital and build some factories, and those growth rates are tremendous. And so that's been seen before. That's not unique to China. That's part of the development arc and not particularly impressive in my view.
But it's been almost 30 years, though,
Could they do even better? Yeah, but could they do even better if they weren't taking a turn away from using markets? They had adopted widespread use of markets. They're going to let markets dictate the growth path. And under this president, Xi Jinping, they have decided to move back toward centralized control. I think it's a terrible mistake. We've seen this before in the former Soviet Union, and it'll come back to haunt the Chinese as well. And the last thing I'd point out about this is it does matter who gets the fruits of growth. We hear about this in the U.S. all the time. I promise you, I know who gets it in China. Politically connected members of the party. Doesn't matter what your merits are in the economy.
You don't need a bunch of cylinders to remind us of that. But real quick, Doug,
Exactly.
We do see in America, though, where things like the modern monetary theory are gaining support, and where you have someone like a Warren Buffett saying he's just not as concerned about deficits as he used to be.
Look, modern monetary theory is basically portrayed as, hey, you don't have to make tough choices. We can do everything. We don't have to decide. That's just not true. It disguises the underlying reality that there only are so many workers in an economy, and if they're not working in the dry cleaner, then they can work on solar panels, but they can't do both. And those trade-offs are very real no matter what. The last thing I'd say on this is we've actually seen this movie before. It was Japan. It was in the 80s. It was a very centralized system where smart people were going to make the right decisions. Look where Japan is now. That's not a good system. It won't work in China either.
Doug, Kristen, thank you both very much. Really appreciate it.